Carissa. Nice to meet you, Carissa. You better get ready, because you're going to be signing some happy shit today. Just before we go, can we turn the house lights up again? Because I want to put this online, because I'm a big geek myself. Ready? Start out really quiet. Ready? I want everybody just to say nothing. I'm waiting to go. Well, I won't go to video. Ready? Here we go. I'll count backwards from 3. When you get to 0, then just go nuts. Ready? 3, 2. Great, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, it's great to be back. Second year in Phoenix. It's awesome. To see the con grow and grow and grow. You know, like the phoenix from the ashes. Yeah, you gotta keep moving, girl. Come on, Sandra, keep moving. I'm gonna get you to sign some good stuff later, don't you worry. All of you who've seen my panels, you know that I like to have a great time. I can hit a little hard sometimes, I can be a little soft, that's what I like, you know. But we're never soft in our house. Right, Scotty? Anyway. By the way, Scott's down here in the front looking at me like, oh my God, don't embarrass me. Stand up, please. My handsome husband. With the skinny waist and the big shoes. Really? Oh, no underpants this year. No. Last year was underpants. I got, oh, you're sitting in your underpants right there. That was a view that I haven't seen in a long time. And by the way, you need to shave. Do you see him there? He's there, look! Look at that! Excuse you. To really have a good time. Everybody cut loose. Anything goes. You can ask anything you want. Line up for your questions. I'm sure you're already there. I kind of feed off of you guys. We feed off of each other. You know what was really kind of sad? Like about 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, I'm down at my booth, and there was like only 4 people there. And I looked at Kelsey, who works with me, and I looked at Scott, and I went, do you think I should come back next year? Because there's nobody here. And she went, honey, you're okay. They've been waiting for 3 hours to get into your panel. So we're just going to start with the first question. From which side? Over this side? Oh, here. Hi.
Hi. My name is Allison, and I am a big fan of Doctor Who. And sort of a fan of Arrow.
All right, sit down, man.
My question. Which one is your favorite character?
My favorite character, yes.
And is it Jack?
Yeah. Obviously, I know who your favorite is. Well, your name's Allison, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Allison, for me, I really never answer favorite questions because once I say who my favorite is, that means that I'm stuck. They'll always say, well, you can't say this is your favorite, this is your best. But I'll tell you right now I know that you love Jack Harkness. Jack Harkness was the one who, I love Malcolm Merlyn. I like being a bad guy. I like playing Jack Harkness because he was a hero. But Jack Harkness changed my life. Captain Jack and all of you guys out there who love Captain Jack Harkness, you've given me the life that I have always dreamed of. And to that I say, thank you very, very much. And then watch an arrow, damn it! Yes.
Hi, Philip. I know there's a lot of Hoovians out here, but I'm not getting to that. I'm going with Arrow.
Good, good. Hey, we're all one big happy family. Who likes who? Who likes Arrow? We all come together and have one great big party.
Second to last episode, while you were in the train station, you had a green vial necklace.
Yes.
Was that the Maracudu?
I'm not telling you what it was, but because my real name's Elphaba. And he's gonna drink it, and everything's gonna be wicked! I can't tell you. But that little green vial is there for a reason. Thank you. Yes.
In Doctor Who, whose idea was it to come up with for Jack Harkness to be immortal, like can't die?
Oh, I think, well, that was Russell, probably. Russell T. Davies, who wrote the series. Russell had, unlike American TV series, where they do have a little bit of an idea what they're going to do for the entire series, in Britain, when you make them, you have to have it written. So the tweaking gets done as you're going along, but it's not like in some episodic television, where they don't know what the next episode is going to be until, they're writing it as we go. So I think he had the idea that Jack was going to be immortal, or maybe it came up at the last minute because I was only expected to be in 5 episodes of Doctor Who, and that was in with the 9th Doctor with Chris Eccleston. And when all of a sudden I wanted to play Jack as somebody that you didn't really like, and that worked because people didn't like him at first. They thought, who's this selfish, arrogant, butthead who's kind of thinking about himself, and he's caused mummy situation, ruined everything. But then all of a sudden, they, as the time went on, the different episodes, as I got the scripts, I was reading them and going, I really want to make him likable. I want to change him. I want him to be part of the team. And that was what the scripts were saying. So then all of a sudden, I got the script and I turned the page and it went, and he dies. And I thought, I hadn't even turned the next page. I thought, well, I've been in Doctor Who. It's been a lifelong dream, childhood dream. Here I am. I've played a hero. I've been a character that's gone from A and gone to Z and turned himself around, and he's now liked by the British public. And then I went, okay, just let's see what happens. And I turn it and it goes, and he comes back to life. So I knew that if they left me, and then I was pulled in for a meeting and they said, we want you to be in more, but we have to establish David Tennant as the Doctor because Jack's a very strong character. It would be unfair to bring a new Doctor in and have you kind of dominating, although I would love that over David Tennant. So that was why in the first part of David's reign as Doctor, I wasn't involved, then I was brought back in. And then there was the clash between them and the figuring stuff out. And my favorite scene working with David, one of the ones, is the one that Russell wrote when I am inside the nuclear facility. And we're looking, and the whole thing is done through a door with a window. And he's telling me you're wrong and da-da-da, and I'm explaining to him about why I do what I do and that I can give myself up for anything and blah, blah, blah. And that was the first time both of them come together, and the Doctor then goes, all right, I'm going to take you on board and we're going to deal with this. So, yeah, I don't know if I answered your question, but that's how it all came about, really. You're welcome. Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
My question is, do you plan on doing more work with Misha Collins?
Yeah, put it this way, I haven't worked with Misha Collins yet, but I intend to one day. He may not know it yet, but no, I'm gonna get involved with his, he does a scavenger hunt. Yeah. Now, I said I would do this at the last con I was at, but I really don't know what it involves, and a lot of you guys have been coming up to me at the table and stuff and telling me, which is great, but I need to get a team together of people. Any volunteers? We will have a team Barrowman, and they will do a scavenger. I will kind of moderate the whole thing and make sure it's all done, because I really don't have the time to run around and build dinosaurs out of maxi pads. I just don't. Right? But I love the idea that those are the kind of crazy things he comes up with, because in a way, that's like me, a bit crazy. So just keep, if you hit my website and keep, if you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, any of the social media sites, please keep checking it out, because if you want to be part of the team, I'm sure the spaces are going to go very quickly, okay? And I want representation from all over the country or all over the world. Got it? Great. By the way, I love Misha. He's called my Misha Man. Yes?
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I love you.
I love that you love me.
Okay.
I love you, and you love me all the time.
Just wanted to ask, between the cast and team of Doctor Who and Torchwood, which one did you enjoy more?
Really? Really? They were both two different experiences, because on Doctor Who, I was one of a team, and David was the leader. And I was able to go into Doctor Who and kind of, in a nutshell, just to say, to use this term, let my hair down and be fun and have a good time, while we got the work done. But I'm also saying, as the character of Captain Jack, Jack didn't have so much responsibility on his shoulders. However, in Torchwood, I was the leader of the pack. And I was responsible for everybody around me, and also the same in the show. It was my show, and I was the leader, and treated it that way. So each of them have a really good, kind of taste for me of different types of things. And that was the thing, as an actor, being able to play Jack, who was on Doctor who was roguish, flirtatious, Captain Jack Harkness, nice to meet you. All that stuff. It was just great. And then on Doctor Who, it's like, on Torchwood, it's like, get out of my way or I will kill you. Right? So completely two different characters, two different groups of people, and both equally as fun. The thing that's great about the Doctor Who world, once you were in it, and for those of you who have dreams about being in it, keep dreaming, because it can happen. It happened to me. Never thought it would. Boy doing musical theater in the West End and on Broadway, and all of a sudden, there I am, one of the iconic characters now in Doctor Who. You're a part of the Doctor Who family for the rest of your life. And those of you who watch it, you're all part of it too. Hi. So, just tilt the mic down a little bit, sweetheart. There you go.
Hi, John.
Hi.
I was the girl who asked dibs on you last year, and how's the marriage going?
Well, how's the marriage going? Well, now you've grown up. I don't know, you want to ask Scott that question? How's it going, Scott? He's going great. It's going really well. I mean, it's really nice that a lot of states, like Wisconsin yesterday, finally... It was overturned, basically. But what I find really interesting is that, I think it's the Attorney General for Wisconsin, Mr. Valhallen is his name, otherwise known as Buttface. He immediately decided, I want to put a stop to it and I want to reverse it. And so he ran around like a chicken with his head cut off, saying, I'm going to stop it, we're not going to let this happen. And you know what? Just sit down and shut up, because it's going to happen everywhere. And y'all need to be vocal about it in this state, because it needs to happen in Arizona. are two men who are so happy that we can celebrate our lives together and celebrate the love that we have for each other. And can you be our princess?
The carriage and the car.
Yeah, I know. I have my own princess carriage. I just never pull it out of the garage. Yeah, but it's a way for, for us, we finally are now able to celebrate who we are and the love we have for each other and not try to hide it or be ashamed of it. And that's the way it should be all over the world. Your generation, because that's the way you feel, your generation will make the biggest changes in the world. And don't you forget it. Yes. Hi, Doctor.
Hey.
Hey. That's Bez.
Thank you.
Why am I doing this an awful lot lately? As I get older, am I getting camper? Am I getting gayer? That ain't possible. Yes.
So, was there any particular event in your childhood that made you really just attracted to sci-fi as a genre and want to be a part of it?
Yes, I was abducted by aliens. I love that. I was interviewed in a TV show. What got you attracted to sci-fi? Well, I was probed by aliens when I was young. I thought it was one of the most, ethereal experiences. And while I was on the planet, I felt my true inner alien was amazing. Amazing. They'd be like, what? But you'd all get it, wouldn't you? My earliest sci-fi memory is when I was about 7, 8 years old, maybe 6, and I was in Glasgow, Scotland, where I was born. And yeah, all right, join yourself, Glasgow. So I watched Doctor Who like every other kid my age, every Saturday night, and I watched it like this from behind the sofa. Slightly scared, but slightly excited because of what was happening, and I remember the first one that I saw, I think, was with John Pertwee, and the Autons. The original, it was John Pertwee, wasn't it? Yeah. The original Autons, which were, for those of you who don't know, shop mannequins. They were extremely frightening because they were the 60s shop mannequins, and they stood there and then the fingers just dropped and they killed people. My mother, when I was that age, had to hide me in her coat when we were walking along the high street in front of stores. I said, no, Mom, I'm not doing that. Come on, son, I'm not going in front of the shop because the dummy's going to shoot me. It won't shoot you. No, because there's no doctor. He's going to shoot me. No, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. She took me to the first. But what was really exciting to me was 30-odd years later, the first revamp of Doctor Who was, the first episode, what was it? It was the Autons. So, and I was already told I was going to be in the series, and I'm like, yes! If it's the Autons, it means that I'm going to get Daleks, and then I'm also going to get Cybermen, and I'm going to get all sorts of aliens and creatures! So that was my first memory of sci-fi, and from that point on, I was like, Space 1999, the original Battlestar Galactica. I also, one of my favorite memories of sci-fi is Buck Rogers in the 25th century. Get this. Get this. I used to watch Buck Rogers as a kid, and now the lady who looks after me at all of the Comicons, Erin Gray, who was Wilma Deering. The only woman who didn't have camel toe in that show. It was amazing. And for those of you who don't know what that is, happy journey home, moms and dads, explaining that. And if it's a boy, we call it a moose hoof. Really? I gotta give it to both ends of the coin, alright? So yes, that was...
So, can I ruffle your hair?
No. Sorry, I've got allergies and my nose is running. Do you mind if I blow my nose? 1 second. Right. That'll be on eBay in about an hour. Donating to a charity. Oh yeah, like that's frightened you. Nice. Yes.
Hello.
Hello, darling.
So,
You forgot your question, didn't you? Too busy being cool saying hello.
that's so exciting. But, if you could play any character in the entire show, who would you be? In Doctor Who. Sorry.
If I could be?
Or play.
Well,
Anyone.
I don't need to play anyone. I'm one of the best ones there is, Captain. However, I did ask Russell, and I wasn't able to fit it in when I was doing Torchwood. I asked him if I could be in again, remind me, there's been so many, the episode where Rose and the Doctor go to Torchwood in the tower. Name of the episode. Army of Ghosts. Is it Army of Ghosts? Doomsday. Okay, hold on, everybody shouting at once. Don't scream at me. I don't remember the name of it. One person. Okay, the Army of Ghosts, and then second part was Doomsday. Got it? Lovely, we're all happy. Okay, so for me, I said to Russell, please, can I be in a Cyberman outfit? No, he didn't. I didn't have time. I wasn't able to do it. I always wanted to be in a Cyberman's outfit.
We would match.
Well, I know we would, because you're Cyber. Yeah, so that never happened, because one of the aliens or monsters, as I called them as a kid, who I never got to fight when I was in Doctor Who, and I'm very sad about it, was the Cybermen. Because the Cybermen, Daleks, Davros, Centaurans, and also, who was the other one? No, the Slitheen. I love the Slitheen. Yeah. Blonde Felfotch. That was the other thing. Russell, when we used to get into the trailer, we'd come in the trailer every morning and it would be either David, Billy, me, or it would be David, me, or Billy, depending on Billy and I who got in first and got up early enough. And we would come in and we'd sit down and we'd be in the makeup chairs and we all had, our own makeup artists, and the guy who did David's hair did my hair for Doctor Who, but I had someone for Torchwood. It's getting really technical now, but the point is, we're all sitting in the makeup trailer, and when you'd always know the day when someone had a lot to say, because that person would not talk. They'd have the script in front of them like that, and we called that line theater. Because Russell, that first day with the Slitheen episode, that was my day! Hello! And guess what I had to say? Every other sentence. Rexicoricofallapatorius. And to this day, I will never forget Rexicoricofallapatorius. And I said to Russell, what are you doing that for? And he went, did it deliberately. Sorry? Can you high-five me? Sure. But hurry up, because there's all these people want more questions. Thank you very much, sweetheart. Yay! Yes.
So we actually have a question over here in the front row.
Good. Hi.
Hello, John.
How are you?
Awesome, thank you.
Good.
So is it boxers, briefs, or commando?
You just want to get my pants off, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Well, I have to say, it's not boxers because I don't like it so loose. It's not boxer briefs because I have a tendency it falls out of the leg. It's briefs because it's all held snugly together. Like one big happy banana boat.
Now, does Scott have the same problem?
Scott has the same problem, thank you. And I'll tell you one thing, because we're similar in size and physically, he wears a lot of my clothes. Scott Scott never clothes shops. I just buy stuff and he wears it, right? But the thing I don't like is he wears my underwear sometimes. Yes, and then when and this is the problem you don't have in a heterosexual household, except sometimes on a Friday night when you're getting kinky. So he puts my underwear, and I can always tell. You know why? Because the left side is always stretched.
So you're.
I'll leave that up to your imagination. Isn't it? Isn't it? And then Scott also, I'm leaving one of your secrets out, Scott. I'm sorry. I wear my briefs, normal way, right? With the writing on the outside and the lines, you know what I'm talking about, right? I wear Banana Republic briefs. I just like them, okay? I like them. It makes me feel like I'm in an 80s porn movie. Scott takes the briefs and he turns them inside out because he doesn't like the lettering on his skin or the lines to mark. I know. And then he dresses one way and he stretches them one way and then I have to put them on and it's like, no, thank you. It's like a marble ball in a bowling bag, so. Why do you think we've been together for 21 years? Today, isn't it? Next week. 21 years next week. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
You're welcome. What kind of knickers do you wear? Or are you going commando? Don't answer that. Because you can't talk, because that means you're naked underneath that. Yes.
So, as a stage actor as well, what is the nerdiest thing that you got to perform on stage?
The nerdiest thing I got to perform on stage?
Yes.
I've never really done anything nerdy. I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm a nerd every day of my life, so why do I play it on stage? I haven't played any nerdy characters. Scott, any nerdy characters I've played? Anybody remember any? Oh, the Intruder, yes! Many of you have not seen this. He wasn't.